Howdy ho, adventure goers. It's me, I'm back. Took a little bit of a break. Started my associates back up. Small group management. It's like the academic, academic strategies of the military professional. My unit 5 of 10. And just got out of the field this last week for a week-long training exercise. It was fun. We went out to this place called TA38, which is a launch recovery site that Fort Riley built some years ago, and it's pretty cool because every other unit that's gone out there has had comms issues, the runway's not good enough, this is, we don't want to fly out of here, yada yada yada, but we needed to do some practice for jump operations, and if it was viable, to launch and recover and conduct flight operations out of there. So we went out there, and me and the IO, Rayleigh, Myron Nicole Rayleigh, we validated this launch recovery site. I was the AO, he was the IO, and we were the first ones to launch out of the site, and it's been up for years now. So that was a fun week. It was cold. We got some flights up though. We had a good time. On top of that, like I said, I'm doing my associates and finishing that up right now. It's pretty going for excellent, I guess. I got all hundreds, so I'm gonna knock these last few weeks out and start that. And in the process of doing my IDP, I realized that I went in and found a new degree. And it just so happens that K-State has that right outside of Fort Riley. We got K-State University there, and they have an industrial degree, or industrial design degree there. So I'm going to look into that and see what I want to do next. They actually accept any associates from anything, and then they give you the bachelor's and master's for that degree. So that was even better news. Honestly, I just did it because it was academic strategies for the military professional at first, and it was small group management, and it really leads into business and stuff like that, and leadership and management, and yada yada yada, SWOT analysis, and things in that nature. And it's all been fun, but I've really been moving towards getting back into the creative side of my hobbies and designing stuff and producing stuff and starting an LLC, small business. So we could do another video on that later, but pretty much to sum it up, I pulled out a lot of investments that I had because I just didn't know what I wanted, and I just thought, hey, we'll just put this money to the side, invest in some stuff, and come up with an idea later on. And then back in August, I was like, you know what, I really want to do some creative metalworks. So the new business plan is to pull some of those funds out that I had invested out and actually invest it into equipment that, one, will make me money, pay for itself, and 3, something that I will enjoy, and it will, fulfill what I want out of life that I so choose at this time. Because I believe, if you did an IDP when you were 20, you did an IDP when you're 30, it's going to be vastly different. Your goals and your academic goals and your professional goals, what you want out of your life, changes throughout your life. And I think it's really hard to for many people, to have just one set, development plan and stick with it. Some people it's easy. stuff in there, but running a small business, making like CNC like decorations, walls, monograms, welcome signs, even business signs you can do, and then there's other stuff you can incorporate into that. It's really creative, and should be a lot of fun doing all the research and designing and stuff like that. I think the big skills you need out of an industrial design degree, there's like 7 or 8 of them, and I have all but one. So I think this is also a good way to incorporate some learning before actually doing the degree, but by doing computer design, because the rest of it is like critical thinking and creativeness, creativity, I should say, art and stuff like that. So I think I naturally have a lot of those hobbies, but one thing I don't have is like CNC experience. So I think this will help get a beginner view of what I need to do to work on that, and then also start my bachelor's in graduate degree in industrial design. So that was one big move I'm doing, and then also on top of that, I started my associates, like I said, starting a business, getting out of the Army, next year doing a CSB, it's a career skills program, and renewable resources, which is kind of like a tower climbing, telecom. They give you like 10 certificates in OSHA, tower climbing, inspecting foundations for towers and stuff like that. So that's going to be all really cool. That's just another avenue of approach. If I have to work full time doing something, or contracting, flying UAVs, I'll do that as well. But the end goal is running a business here in the Midwest, north of Manhattan, Kansas. Been really busy, but I found time today. I went to a little cafe and finished an assignment, and after this week-long field training exercise, I decided to take a little trip and re-engage with followers and do a video. I got those 2 blocks back from the machine shop. They're all clean, ready to go. We're gonna fill them with the hard block cement filler. We're gonna do a quick video on that, and then also check out the car with Ken down here at FabStar. So should be a fun little day. It's the 11th, Saturday, and just blowing some steam off, having some fun today, and responsibilities, adulting, I guess, but we're gonna go have some fun. So catch you there at the shop, and we're gonna do some videos, and then my shop I haven't even been able to touch it. I also just bought a house here, North Manhattan. Just doing the house alone, moving, I haven't been able to touch getting ready for the field. We're also getting ready to go to NTC. I haven't even been able to touch the shop, but I'm gonna clean it up a little bit so I can do the video for the blocks, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when the time comes. But yeah, it's been a crazy couple of months. But I mean, if you're not busy chasing your goals and stuff, then I don't know what you're doing. Get after it. I call this like the melting pot of where you put all your inspiration and motivation and things that drive you to wake up every day. So keep that in mind. What makes you tick, I guess. But anyways, going off on a rant. Catch you guys later. Good morning, everyone. So last night I finished up both blocks, at least both banks for each block. So one bag did a full fill on one bank of the two engines. There was like a little bit left over, but it was really, you're scraping it into a bottle and then getting the last little bit of remaining stuff you needed to finish it off. I let it cure. It must have been 3 o'clock. I'm up now, having some coffee, showered, all that stuff. Came back out to check it out, and it does look pretty good. It's a full fill though. And I mean, I'd say necessarily it's probably going to be the same if it was a half or a full, but there is some differences between having a full fill and a half fill because people try to get away with a little bit more cruising time with a half fill. Say you want to drive it to a car show or something, go cruising around. That's not going to happen with these blocks. And that's okay. Like that grout, it's like real thick stuff, and it just wouldn't fall down into the water jacket and settle. So, and at the same time, it wasn't like leveling out either. And if I'm gonna run a half fill, I want to have a warm and fuzzy that it's all one level, and it's settling into the bottom of that water jacket, and then it only comes up to the entry of the coolant from the water pump. So if I could see it when that bank was balanced, or when that bank was level, if I could look in through the water pump jacket and see that it was coming up to the bottom there and it was only that high, and then you look down through the bank and the water jackets and you see everything level across, yeah, that'd be fine, because then water's still going to go in through that top area, circulate, and come back out the exit. But my review of hard block would be that it does not really do that. They sell it as a full fill kit and a half fill kit. You might as well just get, it's not really usable. It doesn't go down in the water jacket. I don't know how much better I can explain that, but probably been going on too long about it. I was happy to come out this morning and check it out and see that it's curing pretty well. It looks good. We'll just rotate each block for the bank ones and knock out the other one later today. The stuff's messy. There's no way around it. It's just messy. Probably stop at Lowe's. I gotta run to UPS and ship something, but stop at Lowe's and get some more funnels that are its size, so I can just kind of get it all into each jacket at once, have it come up, let that settle, screw around with the actual, because on the side of the water pump, there's not an extra little space in between the cylinders. You got a Y where you have just that little bit of half-inch extra clearance to fit a funnel in there. But on the one end where the water pump is, the timing side, it's a 1/4 inch on both corners of that cylinder, and you can't get it really a funnel in there. And what I was doing is I was pouring a little bit out, and then I was taking a little toothpick and just shoving it down in all the way until it finally filled up. And I also at one point stood the block up on its standing, stood the block up on the rear main side, so the water pump side, timing side, was facing up, and then I was pouring it into the water pump, that bottom hole, and that helped to get it around that corner on that side. And I knew I was already doing a full fill at that point anyway, so just fill her up. I mean, jam as much as you can in there. I know some guys that sell That's a 4-cylinder guy. I can't remember his name, but he sells a kit, and it's all epoxy, I believe. Maybe epoxy settles down into there better. And I'm sure it adds a little bit of rigidity, but it probably wouldn't be as tough as this stuff. This is like grout cement mix. Like it's not going nowhere. And they say this adheres to the metal really well. Like, it's not gonna. It's adhered to the metal, and it's not gonna like unadhere. And there's not gonna be any water flowing through it anyways. They say sometimes with a half fill, like you don't want to run certain stuff because it's gonna mix with the cement, or if it starts breaking down. But that's not what's gonna happen here anyways. So yeah, now we got 2 full fill iron blocks. We got plenty of strength. Getting these built is going to be a little bit of a learning experience because I've never done a full fill, too much reading on full fill engines. I was trying to get away with a half fill, but hell, we'll see how it goes. Pretty much all I read so far is you run a little extra piston wall clearance. So we'll go split some blocks, have some fun. That's really it for today. Again, Greta's getting some updates and she's looking real mighty fine, and I want to show her off, but honestly, for cages and rear ends and stuff, like Ken just starts talking about stuff and I'm just like, I don't know what you mean, but it sounds fucking good, you know. I'm trying to learn as much as possible, but he's talking about like rotational bends and, you know, 3 and 17 degree offsets and stuff, and it's like he talks about the cage. And so I think next time I go down there, I'm gonna have him do the update on the cage and just tell you guys. So if you know anything about cages, you'll understand it. It looks fucking awesome. I'll throw a couple pictures in there, a quick little overview of the glance of the vision that he's got going on. I think I said before that I just wanted him to hit a few marks for safety, and I wanted to use my soft top because most every car that is a solid axle with a cage and stuff have hard tops. So this is probably one of the first S2000 LS Swapped S2000s that's going to be this fast with a soft top. And barring these 2 engines, eventually it'll have an engine that I can just throw in there and street around in between probably big events. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen an S2000 with a soft top on it that fast, with as nice of a cage that I'm putting in there. It's just unreal. I was looking at it and just the symmetry and understand. Like I'm not ignorant to the fact that it's a custom one-off hand built cage. Like, and it really is amazing. I just don't know enough about cages and chassis fabricating to be like, you know, this is how fucking cool it is. Pardon the French. But yeah, we'll check it out. These are the updates. I'm gonna throw like a little time lapse in there of messing around with this stuff. It's messy, guys. I'll probably never do one again. I'd probably just sleeve a block, honestly, before I did this crap again. But this is a cheap alternative to making big power, and we're gonna lean on it a lot and see what we can get out of it. Hopefully I imagine it's gonna be good numbers, just with the, you know, bullcrap junkyard 5.3s and 4.8s and, you know, just gapping rings and stuff like that. I mean, I'm gonna lean on it a lot, and with some good parts in there, and see what you can handle. So check you guys later. Thanks for watching. Deuces. Alright guys, so got my coffee in me. Like I said, all last week was super busy, got little sleep, This morning, I just woke up. I was explaining it all. Like I said, it was a mess. You really gotta. It's like a cement grout. You gotta pack it in there. It was just ridiculous. Super messy. 10/10 wouldn't recommend. Just wanted to throw a couple extra little tips in there about it, and just talk about the block fill, and what it was going through with it and getting it done. Now I'm gonna finish the rest of it today. I'm running a few errands right now, but yeah, that's it. You can check out some of the work here. I was doing it last night. I was up for hours. I mean, really, you pour it in through the tops of the jackets, and then you get like a stick, or not a stick, but I had a long piece of plastic that I was just sitting there shoving it in back and forth, trying to get it to run in through the thin parts of where you can't really fit the funnel into, and just getting it to go down to the bottom and then come back up and settle was the toughest part. A buddy of mine hit me up. I was talking to him this morning about, how much of a task this was. And he's like, you should have hit me up, because I guess Moroso sells a block filler that's an epoxy. And, as I was doing it, cursing myself, I was kind of thinking like an epoxy would work really good at like this. But I also don't know if epoxy would be as strong as what this would be. A full fill, just cement alone, that grout's not going anywhere. It just doesn't have anywhere for it to go. So epoxy would have worked nice for a half fill to get. It's all compromises. Everyone knows this for performance stuff. You're always making a compromise. So if I could have got a half fill with the epoxy, yeah, I would have been able to street it around more. But will it have been as tough as what this is? So, it's just all give and take. This stuff was messy, though. I had to work for hours packing that stuff in. This is just the beginning. Like, this video right here is over an hour long. It took me about 20 minutes to prep and mix this stuff. One thing I can say is it does not set up or cure as fast as the directions said it would. And that gave me ample time to keep pouring it in, mixing it up, finding other ways of doing it better, because the funnel was starting to gunk up. And I finally just grabbed one of my old target practice arrows, and I was running that through the funnel to just kind of push it out when I wanted it. So eventually I would fill up the funnel like halfway, and then just stick the tip down in through there so it wouldn't run out. And then when I'd switch from port to port, I would pull it up and push it back down in through there, and it would push in the stuff where I needed to get it packed in. And then to really finish it off, once I really got all the jackets kind of up towards the top, I put it into a water bottle, and I was just really just tapping it onto that top of the area, and then running a flat edge over the top to kind of just smooth it out, and so it gets that good finish. Saw the pictures I showed earlier. That's the one bank on each block that it's kind of just almost cured this morning. I was up till 3 messing with this stuff, and got some rest. I woke up. I did a short video for you earlier at the shop, and I just left out some things, and I was just really tired talking about it all. It was kind of like a nightmare. Like I said, 10/10 wouldn't recommend unless I go out there and I'm making stupid power. Like, hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it keeps these blocks together longer, and I can make some really good hard passes once I get comfortable with the power, and get everything dialed in. And there's some really cool updates. What I was talking with Ken about yesterday, and we'll re-engage with that. It'll be for another video, but some cool stuff's happening. But this was more along just going up and seeing the cage and checking everything out, and then getting the blocks, block filler in last night. And like I said, I've been so busy just getting a house, moving, full-time, I mean, active duty full-time is in itself just crazy, stupid, unpredictable. Doing college classes full-time, and, just everything that's going on. But gotta keep moving, stay busy, stay motivated, and keep pushing for what you want to do. But I wanted to get some content back out here for you guys, and didn't forget about y'all. So have a good Sunday, 12/12. Happy Christmas. Probably won't have any more content until sometime maybe mid-January, early January maybe, and then of course I'm going to NTC, so that'll be in February to March, and then I'll be back. So if I do get anything up, it'll be, running up to go hang out with Ken, seeing some more updates on the car. Check you guys later though. Peace.
Bro, get a Jeep, dude. Fucking goes anywhere, dude. Freaking snow, hail, mud, tall grass and shit. Freaking 4x4, 4 low, 4 high. Till the fucking wind picks up and you're a goddamn sailboat. Trying to wrestle the lane.